Hey there, everybody. My name is Ameera, and I am a transpersonal spiritual healer in Southwest Washington State. And welcome to this episode of the Great Kingdom of Atlantis. So, a little bit of background about me and why I'm doing this series of videos. And I think this is the fifth video that I will have recorded on the Great Kingdom of Atlantis. I consider myself to be an Atlantean. I am actually an incarnated mer being. I consider Atlantis and really Merlantis, which is Atlantis under the sea, to be my home. My spiritual lineage is Atlantean. So when people ask me where I'm from or what my lineage is, I feel myself to be a Merlantian. The Atlantean culture, the Atlantean community, the whole era of Atlantis, and how the Mer beings were connected to and worked in partnership with Atlantis is just part of my soul. It's just part of my soul essence, and I fully own and walk in the concept that I am a Mer being living in a human body. And part of my soul path, part of my soul mission is to create this series of videos. The Atlantean High Council has asked me to create a series of videos teaching people about Atlantis, teaching people that Atlantis was a real place, talking about the philosophy, talking about the spiritual laws, the way people live, the ways of life. And eventually I'll be talking also about the trauma and the fall of Atlantis. And it's important during this time to bring the concept of Atlantis and to help all of us. And I believe that if you are walking the planet today, that you have had at least one lifetime and probably more than one lifetime living in Atlantis or living as a mer being, and also Lemuria. Many of us lived in Atlantis and Lemuria. And those two lands lived side by side. Those two cultures lived side by side for a very long time. My soul feels a little bit more connected to Atlantis. I have much more memories of being an Atlantean than I do a Lemurian. But that's a very important culture and very, very important part of our DNA as well. So today I'm going to bring you a video on the 12 chakra system as practiced and taught by the Atlantean healers. 12 chakras. So if you are familiar with the chakras, which are the energy centers inside our bodies, it's a Sanskrit word, chakra, for wheels of light. And most of us who do energy work or have had energy work done are familiar with the 7 major energy centers that are in our body. Those are the ones that are traditionally taught and talked about. You can read all about them on the internet. There's all kinds of books on there. But in Atlantis, the healers there and the spiritual beings there acknowledged that they had actually 12 major chakras within their auric field. So the aura would go, a little bit below our feet and a little bit above our head, a foot or so, and side to side and front to back. And speaking of auras were very, very important in Atlantis. Keeping auras clear and bright and open was very easy because of the vibration in Atlantis. And Atlanteans worked very, very hard and were very conscious of their own energy and of getting energy work done regularly, getting healing work done on them regularly. There really was no such thing as illness or disease in Atlantis, for many reasons. The main one being there was a fifth dimensional being in a physical body, and their thoughts and their energy were just too pure really to hold iniquity. But the other part of that is that they were really very aware of how their thoughts created, how their emotions created, and taking care of themselves energetically was a really important part of being in the Atlantean community, to keep that high vibration within them and around them. So 12 chakras is what was practiced, what was taught, what was acknowledged. So the first chakra in the human auric field, and we have these chakras within us too, by the way. So our very first chakra in our auric field is the Earth Star chakra, and that's down beneath your feet, about 6 to 12 inches. And if you want to meditate and feel into it, if you just want to kind of close your eyes for a minute, I can take you through a little bit of a meditation on how to ground into your Earth Star chakra. Now, the Earth Star chakra connects us to the planet, to the plant and the animal kingdom, and it connects us to all of humanity and, of course, to Mother Earth. And Atlanteans were very deeply connected to Mother Earth and to the idea of oneness and the idea that they were actually in unity and unison with Mother Earth. There was no separation between them and the elements, and especially that earth element. And the Atlanteans were very great caretakers of their bodies and of the earth as well. So if you want to just join me just for a moment, I'll take you through a simple meditation. If you're not familiar with your Earth Star Chakra, this will help you to connect with it, and connecting with your Earth Star Chakra will bring you grounding, presence, and calm in your body. It will actually connect you to that, that presence and that present moment at a very deep and profound level, because when we connect with our bodies, we do connect with the earth. It brings in that beautiful grounding force that allows us to feel calm and present. So if you want to just close your eyes for a moment, I'll close mine with you, and just take a couple of nice, deep, cleansing, grounding breaths. Just draw the breath in through your nose. Nice deep breath, and then maybe an exhale down to the floor. And another nice deep breath. And releasing. And what this is doing, what our breath does, is actually bring us into presence and bring us into the present moment and calm very quickly. So taking another breath and just opening up to all new possibilities and placing your attention down beneath your feet. And you can just use your imagination, your visualization, to place your attention down beneath your feet, maybe 6 to 12 inches, and see or feel or experience a beautiful glowing ball of light down beneath your feet. And typically the Earth Star Chakra will show up as a shade of black or brown. However, if yours is showing up another color, that's perfectly okay. Just want you to take a moment and feel and observe and experience what that's like to have your Earth Star Chakra come alive and be activated. Now, it's been there with you, of course, your whole life, but giving it some validation and some attention will really bring it forward. Will really allow you to feel that first chakra beneath your feet. And so as you start to activate the chakra, I want you to spin it clockwise. So just spin it round in a circle, very slowly clockwise, activating it. As you activate your Earth Star Chakra, you may start to feel tingling on the soles of your feet, or you might start to feel like a magnetic pull from the soles of your feet down to your Earth Star Chakra, which is all indications that you are connecting with this chakra. So just allow that kind of transmission and activation to take place within you. And as you identify your Earth Star Chakra, you will start to feel immediately very calm and present. This is a really wonderful exercise, the breath work and the connecting with the chakra. If you are feeling anxious or stressed, just sitting down and taking some nice deep breaths. These are all tools and techniques that the Atlanteans employed and utilized, regularly. They would meditate regularly with the earth. The earth would speak to them, just like the earth speaks to many of us. And this was in part because they had that connection to their Earth Star, which connected them to Mother Earth. So I'm just going to let you enjoy that sensation of, bringing up that earth energy up through your feet, and just kind of draw that energy up into your legs, your knees, and your hips and thighs until the Earth Star Chakra energy comes to rest in your root chakra. So if you're familiar with your root star chakra, you know that it's red, and it's all the information on your family and your tribe. So I'm not going to go too deeply into like what all the chakras mean in this video, but I do want you to feel that connection between your Earth Star Chakra and your root chakra, and how connecting that line of energy from beneath your feet into your hips, into your body, creates a stronger foundation. within your lower body. And our lower bodies are for moving forward, physically, literally, and also forward movement symbolically. And when we have the earth moving up and that earth element moving up inside our bodies and connecting to the root chakra, which is also earth element, it can really just bring in that beautiful sensation of being fully connected and present, and even that joy, in your body of having legs and walking on the earth. So a little bit about me: I was a shapeshifter, mer being. I would shapeshift from the mer and come up on land and go work in the Temple of Poseidon. And that feeling for me of having legs, and walking upon the earth was always a really big thrill, because of course in the water there's just nothing quite like that. So when I would come up and do my healing work in the temples, I would have to take a few minutes and really go down into my Earth Star chakra and activate it, and allow my legs to carry enough strength so that I could take that. It was kind of a long, steep hike up into the Temple of Poseidon, which was right next to the water, so I could do my healing work. So got the root chakra going, and then the next chakra, of course, after that is the sacral chakra. So when I see the sacral chakra, and when the Atlanteans worked with the sacral chakra energy, they saw it in two parts. So when I do healings today, I brought forward my healing gifts of the 12 chakra system. I remembered my ancient healing gifts from past lives in Atlantis, from remember going into the temples and what I did and how I did it. So two parts, an upper part and a lower part, like a yin-yang symbol in the sacral chakra. The top being a beautiful, bright, brilliant orange, which was the masculine, and the lower half being like a peachy pink, which was the feminine. So the yin and the yang. And the Atlanteans also were very familiar with the concept of balance of masculine and feminine, and that carrying that balance within their bodies, and cultivating that balance and that yin yang, continuity, was just part of their physiological being. It was just part of their mindset, and keeping that balance in their womb. And of course, the sacral chakra for women, that's where we create everything. That's where we create babies if we want, or where we birth our creations out into the world. And really, if you're male or female, that this is where we birth everything, from our hips, from our sacral chakra energy. And working with the sacral chakra in two halves of a whole, as a masculine and feminine, can really continue to bring forward in you that feeling of being connected to both, the yin and the yang, because we carry both of those within us, no matter what our gender is. So just envisioning a top orange and the bottom pink, and kind of merging and melding them together, and just bringing up that water element. That's what the sacral chakra holds, is the energy of the water element, and creating that foundation in the lower body that would allow you, and allowed the ancient Atlanteans to really just to have their fifth dimensional spirit really rooted into a physical third dimensional body, and feeling that the body, mind, and the spirit, they knew that all worked together. It all came together as one. So just kind of breathing that in and accepting that information, and then moving up to the solar plexus, which of course is bright, beautiful yellow like the sun, and opening that up like a sunburst. Solar plexus energy in Atlantis, personal power, personal sovereignty, and personal sovereign beings, and knew how powerful of creators that they were. So this is where I'm going to leave you off in this video, with the foundational chakras, from the Earth Star up to the solar plexus. In my next video, I'm going to continue on up with the next 7 chakras that are going to go. We've got a few up above our head. So I hope that you will join me for that video. And I thank you for your time and attention today. Oceans of love.